Today on Play Display, we'll be reviewing Shredder from the Loyal Subjects. Here we go. About a year ago, I went into GameStop, and what I found was these really cool, incredible, premium-looking TMNT figures, and not just any generation TMNT, the one I grew up with as a kid in the 90s. And so I went ahead and picked up the one character I had to get because it was just looking incredible, was Shredder. And so I haven't opened it in over a year. What happened was I took it home, I put it in a box, and then I kind of lost it down here. I got a lot of tubs and boxes of stuff. I did some searching, and I found it, so let's open it up. So the first thing that grabbed my attention about this was this classic Shredder look here. The second thing was, who the hell's that? So I don't really know much about this company. This is going to be my first figure from this company, but judging by everything you get in here and the detail just from outside the box, should be pretty good though. Artwork on the side here, you got the classic Shredder pose. On the back was really cool. I found you get 31 points of articulation. A really good photo of here. You get sword and a view of all the great accessories that come with it, plus a little backstory here. So let's go ahead and open this up. One of the things I'm really impressed with is these little plastic lids that they put on the side with the characters. It's just nice so whenever you put your accessories or your figure back in the box, they stay there and they're not going to move around on you. So my first impressions of the figure outside the package is there's some things I like and some things I don't like, but they kind of run together. For instance, so look at the spikes here on the armor. Looks really, really good. But the joints on the arms feel and kind of look a little cheap in the arms, though. The head sculpt, though, is pretty decent. I'm not expecting, like, a top, high-end head sculpt, though. But, I don't know. Just something about it just feels a little... I like the cape. The old original had a cloth one. I'm not a big fan of cloth ones, though. Gotta look at the rest of the armor here. Now, for the most part, though, the rest of it actually looks really decent here. The shin guards here, the spikes are pretty good. But these feet, they don't look right. They don't feel right. And this thing took forever to stand up, though. Now, they did give Shredder a lot of great accessories, though. I went ahead and installed his hands and his sword, but there's a little problem, though, with the hands. They're way too freaking small. If you look at that right there, where it's no good, though. He looks like he's holding it with his fingertips. So they should have spent more time research and development after the sword was finished. They could have easily fixed it, though. It made the handle of the sword a lot smaller. With Shredder holding the spear with two hands, it actually holds pretty decent, though. And after a lot of finesse, I finally got the communicator to sit in there. That's the best way he's going to display it. I like for him to kind of face it, but it's more or less going to be facing out. So, not really a deal buster for me, though. I just feel like the accessories are not what I was hoping to get. Now, the big selling point for me with this figure was the 31 points of articulation. So let's go ahead and check it out, though. Now, the head goes down, but doesn't really move back, mostly because of the helmet. And that's really not a huge issue. It does move from side to side. You got a shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist turn. The torso, I mean, I guess it bends. I mean, it feels like there's a joint in there, but it doesn't really move a whole lot to the point where you can't do anything. The legs are fairly decent, though, as far as the wrist is. I mean, not the wrist, but the hips. They extend out. Knees are pretty good. What really kills the lower half of this figure are these feet. I mean, the bottom of them don't have a good base to pose with. This is 90% of my issues with this figure right here. The fact that, standability is really tough for this figure. It's probably one of the most important things as a collector. Like, if I really want to put something on the shelf, you really got to kind of finesse it. Don't actually stood up that time. So now there are a lot of TMNT action figures out there. Different series. I got them TMNT cross Street Fighter, Stranger Things, Masters of the Universe. They're into everything. So there's a lot to choose from. I like collecting the TMNT classics right now. They're really cheap. They're about $10 a piece. It's great for collectors. It's got that retro vibe that everybody likes. And then there's the high-end NECA figures. And I haven't bought one yet, but I figured I'd test the waters for $20. What does a Loyal Subject figure get you? So this is my final review. For detail, I'm going to give this thing a solid 7. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great, though, either. Some things about it look really good, really on point, though. The other ones don't. Like, these arms look really, really cheap. Like, they don't look natural for them. As far as the detail with the hands, like I pointed out before, the fact that you can't grip the weapons, not a major issue, but when it comes to all those accessories, you're hoping that maybe for sure, you can imply them in some kind of, diorama or roleplay you do with it, though. And now for posability. Because it does have 31 points of articulation, the one thing that ruins it all is the fact that the feet won't keep the figure up most of the time. You'll fight that constantly. If they put better joints in here or just better feet, just to keep it more stable, that would really send the figure above my expectations though. But with that being said, I'm going to give this one a 7.25. It's not bad. The upper half does pretty good, but the problem is posing it with other figures or posing in a diorama, it's going to be highly frustrating. And once you get it set, you just hope the guy doesn't knock over the figure next to it. And so for the fun factor, this isn't half bad though. For 20 bucks, do I feel like I got my money's worth? Of course I do. The reason why is because it has a very similar scale to what the TMNT classic lines have. It's basically just a little bit taller version of the Shredder. And the original Shredder, I wasn't a fan of. It never posed proper. Shredder is one of my favorite characters of all time. I always lean towards the villains and the bad guys, whatever. I just think they're a lot cooler when it comes to action figure form. But this will fit right at home. I got the classic cartoon version of them, which I needed though, for sure. Is there probably a better version of them out there? No, but this is one I can, like I said, for fun factor, I'm not going to use it. Can I pose with it? Can I play with it? And the answer is yes to all three. So this one easily gets a solid 7.75. And that is it, folks. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end. I will be giving out the prize for the 300 subscriber contest coming out soon. What I need from you guys, though, is what action figure do you want? Do you want something from the Transformers, TMNT, Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe? Leave a comment down below. Whatever comment gets the most votes, that's what I'm going to pick up. I'm going to get a decent gift there for you all. After that, I'll put out a video, tell you when the contest starts. Once it gets to 300, we'll go ahead and draw a name and we'll send that out right away. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. Love y'all. Take care.